As you know, then the last month has not been good for us investors. And all three major indexes are basically down during the last month. And pretty much all of the stocks are in red, and my portfolio is no exception to that. I've had some pretty substantial losses during the last month, and this is the second month in a row where I'm down. But before we get to all of that, then in case you're new to the channel, then my name is Casper, and here we strictly talk about investing and financial freedom. So if you really like investing and are on a journey to retire early, well then press that subscribe button below. And also please leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know what has happened to your portfolio during the last month. So when looking at my portfolio, we do see that overall, well then I'm down by almost $500 or 1.32% for the month. And even though that is a lot, well then was last month a lot worse, and that was down by almost $1,400. However, it does officially marks the second month in a row where I'm down. And when comparing my results with the results that the other indexes have gotten, well then we basically see that I'm down by more than the S&P 500 index. That had a negative return of 1.18, whereas I had a negative return of 1.32%. Even though it never feels good seeing your portfolio go down in value, then there is a silver lining to all of this, and we will get to that one in a minute. Even though I'm down by almost $500 for the month, then my portfolio is still worth $37,564. And during the last month, I also managed to invest $700 into the stock market, which was the exact same as I did the month before. And I also got paid $101 in dividends, which does soften the blow just a little bit. And I got paid from companies like Coca-Cola, Realty Income Corp, and VOO. However, even though it feels really bad losing money in the stock market, then there is a bit of a silver lining to this. Because whenever the stocks fall in price, then it does bring a lot of opportunities. Not only does it become cheaper to buy the stocks, but whenever the share price falls, the dividend yield does increase. And that means that you have the opportunity to buy stocks at a discount that generates a higher cash flow. And if you have a long-term investing strategy, just like I do, and you don't plan on selling your stocks anytime soon, then you should really use this time in the best way possible. And that is basically done by acquiring a lot of cheap stocks right now. You have to stay disciplined, keep investing, think long-term, get a lower cost basis, and get a higher dividend yield. But let's move on and take a look at the performance of all of my individual positions. So here is a list of all of the stocks that I have within my portfolio. You can pause the video, take a screenshot, or whatever it is that you want, but this is basically all of the stocks that I have within my portfolio. I'm not going to go in depth with every single one of them, but it is only to show you what I have inside my portfolio. You can see the exact price I bought them at, how many shares I have, and what they're worth today. So during the last month, I invested $700 as mentioned before, and I basically bought one share in VOO, so it went from 40 to 41 shares in total, and I bought 12 shares in Realty Income Corp, so I went from 66 to 78 shares in total. And you can also see that overall, then I only have 3 stocks that are in red, and that is Johnson & Johnson, Realty Income Corp, and Pfizer. The rest is basically green. I have also split my portfolio into 3 different parts. I have an ETF part, and that is the biggest proportion of my entire portfolio, and that should always be at least 50% of the total value of my portfolio. And then I have what I call a main portfolio, and that basically consists of individual stocks like Nvidia, Tesla, Novo Nordisk, and so on. And then I of course also have a dividend portfolio, and that is all of my dividend investments, which both includes dividend ETFs like SCHD, but also all of my individual dividend companies. And basically then right now, I'm trying to grow this dividend proportion of my portfolio as much as possible, as I really like receiving dividends every single month. Right now, then does all of the dividend investments account for roughly 30% of my entire portfolio, but I do want to increase this part to at least 40% in the future. I want the return of my portfolio to be somewhat close to the performance of the S&P 500 index. And that is why I have so much invested in VOO, which is basically an ETF that is tracking the S&P 500 index. However, I also want to receive those fat dividend payments, and that is exactly why I also want to increase that part of my portfolio. I have basically tried portfolio where I only have the S&P 500 index. I have also tried portfolios where I only have dividend stocks, where I only have tech stocks and so on, And I've basically found that this right here is the perfect mix for me. I can basically get everything that I want into my portfolio by keeping this investing strategy. And that is exactly why I stick to this one. Overall, then was October not the best month for us investors. As you saw in the video, then I did lose money in the stock market. However, it doesn't really change anything for me. I will keep investing every single month into both the S&P 500 index and into more dividend paying investments as well. All of my investments are long term, so the short term performance doesn't really matter to me. I will basically keep investing, I will keep increasing my monthly cash flow, and I will keep increasing the value of my portfolio. That was all I had in today's video. I hope that you liked today's video, and if you did, then don't forget to smash the like button below and subscribe to my channel for more weekly videos just like this one. See you guys in the next one.